The stage is set, and the fighters are ready. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Just Wrestling 6, the final battle, as our official Donald Splitter choosing our first two contestants at random.
Ikki versus Brian Atomic.
Ikki, St. Petersburg, Florida, trained by the Wrestling Lab in Sky 18.
The walking nuke, Brian Atomic, from Waterbury, Connecticut, trained in the Pro Control System by Ikki.
I am the Emerald Emperor of Professional Wrestling, Simon Says, tasked with the distinct honor and privilege, flying solo here in the commentary booth, calling the action for our inaugural bout here, Brian Atomic versus Ikki. And these guys wasting no time, exchanging holds. Two relative newcomers to the wrestling business, two cruiserweights with distinctly different styles. Brian Atomic in the black shorts, trained in Muay Thai. Ikki, the taller competitor, clad in the mask, trained in a technical wrestling and lucha libre. There you see the big up and over. And also the Muay Thai influence of Brian Atomic throwing those kicks, and Ikki responding with kicks of his own. Able to weave out of that strike and a big knife-edge chop. Brian Atomic responds with one of his own. There you see Ikki interlocking the fingers. Could be going for a high-risk maneuver here. There you see his lucha libre influence. Springboard arm drag taking Atomic down. Oof, Brian Atomic responds with a stiff forearm shiver. These guys were exchanging holds. Now they're exchanging strikes. Big back elbow. Atomic taking Ikki down with a gut-wrench suplex. Now, Brian Atomic has been wrestling for about 6 years. He was trained by a man whose name you might recognize, Low Key. Ooh, an Atomic with a running forearm smash to the face of Ikki. Irish whip reversal. And Ikki with a giant drop kick right to the mush. Atomic could be reeling right now, folks. Ikki heads to the top. Another big springboard arm drag. Ladies and gentlemen, Ikki with a flapjack. Now this young man was trained at the Pro Wrestling Lab by Jay Lethal. David Mercury, big whirling kick to the back of the head. Trained by Jay Lethal and David Mercury. However, he did hone his craft south of the border. Mentored and tutored by the who's who of Lucha Libre. And there you see the guys around the ring, the energy, the vibe is palpable here at the Wrestling Crypt Pro Wrestling Dojo. Ikki looking to put away his opponent, but Brian Atomic put a stop to it. These guys are fighting for the front chancery, could be going. Big reversal into the rear waistlock. Ikki hangs on, and Brian Atomic rolls through. As Atomic now with a very unorthodox roll-up cover attempt. Ooh, that swing went to take the head off of Ikki. And Ikki taking the ankle pick with a very unusual maneuver. Could be going for a belly-to-back suplex. Atomic reverses. And there you see him throwing those strikes at the head of Ikki. Now one has to wonder how much protection the mask that Ikki is wearing is actually offering against those strikes. Oh, but no protection against that springboard kick right to the face. And Atomic right back to the gut wrench. Drives Ikki down. There's the cover. Our referee, Donald Splitter, in perfect position, but not enough for the 3 count. Atomic is in disbelief right now. It's going to take a lot more than that to take this high flyer down for the 1, 2, 3. Atomic with a fistful of the flowing locks of his opponent, throwing those kicks right to the skull, and one to the back of the right leg, and a little bit of disrespect behind those strikes, trying to add insult to injury. Ooh, Ikki with a side headbutt. And Atomic retaliates with a southpaw strike. He's got that gut wrench locked in. Could be going for another driver. And no, Ikki responds with a slight rana with a cover. Atomic rolls through. Ikki reverses with a cover of his own. And these guys are ping-ponging cover attempts, but to no avail. And a giant shining wizard. Check out the look on Brian Atomic's face. That could be all she wrote. No, I thought that was it. That strike rattled the noggin of Brian Atomic, but still some way, somehow, still had enough left in him to kick out before the 3. Ikki now going to the top, and Brian Atomic meets him there, shutting down the high-risk maneuver attempt. And Brian Atomic now trying to put a dent into the spinal column of his masked adversary. Atomic himself going to the top. Ikki trapped in that. Oh my God! A double stomp out of the tree of woe. And 1, 2, 3, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Brian Atomic puts Ikki away with that atomic double foot stomp. Ikki found himself in a precarious situation, and Brian Atomic scores the first victory of Just Wrestling 6, the final battle. What a way to kick off the action here, folks. Both of these guys have a hell of an upside. Both of these young individuals have great careers ahead of them, and we have way more action ahead of us as we are just getting started here, ladies and gentlemen.